Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to pop out and talk about elimination diets. I've gotten this question recently, talking about how to move forward with this, what to do with this information, and is this really the right thing for me? So what is it that an elimination diet does for you that can actually help you? And then the problem with them is that they actually don't address the root cause, oftentimes, of why you had issues in the first place. Elimination diets are often used when there's digestive issues, other hormonal issues, when you are stuck at a plateau and you don't know what to do next, right? So we'll go to an elimination diet. Well, why are you doing that diet? What are the key things that your system has been struggling with, right? So it's really important that you identify why you're doing it, not just flinging it out there. Also, an elimination diet has to be done for a specific period of time to make sure that you are addressing the right issues. For some people, they're like, yeah, I did it for a couple of weeks and, oh, I didn't notice it. Well, you didn't do it long enough then. You know, for what you had going on, you didn't do it long enough for what your system would have needed to have that improvement. Yeah. It's important that you're addressing the right things here. Again, why are you doing it? An elimination diet cuts out a lot of different types of foods. And these are foods that have a lot of protein, can be really helpful for you. And cutting them out, you know, it can be a big change of lifestyle, and it can be hard to get the right nutrients in then if you eliminate them for a really long period of time. Overall, an elimination diet will decrease inflammation in your system, and it can allow your body to function better. But where I see the biggest issues are people go on an elimination diet on their own with no guidance and no real structure on what they're doing. They just cut out a bunch of stuff, right? And then all of a sudden when they're done, they're like, oh, I feel better. They just go right back to the way they were eating before. Oh, that's hard on the system. Oh, man. So if you're going to eliminate things, it's important that you're eliminating enough things at the beginning of this. Because sometimes if you just cut out one food group and you're like, yeah, it didn't do anything. Well, there could be other things that are irritating your system, right? Causing that inflammation. So you have to eliminate more things to really bring that down. And then your system can start to work better. And then when you add things back in, you do it slowly. Ugh, this sounds like a pain in the ass. It is. It totally is. It's not fun to go through. But oftentimes you'll learn things about your system by doing an elimination diet. You don't want to be on an elimination diet forever. That's not a healthy way to exist. But to identify specifically what it is that your system needed to work on. I can't tell you how many women I work with that they cut out a few different things and then they add one of them back in and they're like, nope, can't have that. But then they add in something else, like they'll cut out dairy and gluten and then they add dairy back in and they're like, oh, that's fine. I thought dairy was always an issue for me. Oh, but I'm doing really well. But they try to add gluten back in. Nope, not gluten, can't do that. Yeah, you just learned a lot about your system and what it really needs. And you did it in a process that's in a healthy way for your system. Overall, though, the purpose of doing an elimination diet should be able to identify some of the root causes, right? Which then you should be testing for specifically. So, you know, we do Dutch testing in the 12-week challenge, which I'll put a link right here in the comments for you to get on the wait list for the next 12-week challenge. I cut my finger, and we only have neon Band-Aids, of course. So if you're like, what is going on? Yeah, I cut my finger. Opening a wine bottle. Because I'm real. So, 12-week challenge though, comments there. I talk about all this stuff in the 12-week challenge. We talk about things. You learn if an elimination diet is right for you. You learn how to do it. You get a Dutch test. We talk about wine, and to avoid cutting your finger on the wine bottles. But sometimes those things are part of an elimination diet. You have to cut that out for a certain period of time, and then you can add it back in and see how your system does, right? The root causes that you're looking for: hormone issues, hormone imbalances, things that are not flushing through your system properly, gut issues, bacterial imbalances, any other worms, parasites, yep, fungus. Yeah, you can see that in a gut test. Yep. And then any other nutrient deficiencies that you have. Oftentimes it's not that you're not trying to get the right food in, it's that you're not breaking it down, digesting, absorbing it. And when you have a lot of digestive issues, a lot of times jumping to an elimination diet, you can try it, sure, but if you're not doing it correctly, if you don't understand why you're doing it, you're not going to get the right result with it, and then you just end up frustrated weeks later. So These are things that we cover in the 12-week challenge. These are things that we help assess for what is going to be best for your body. Each body is different. What's right for you is going to be different than somebody else. So that's why Dr. Victoria and I work with each gal to make sure you're doing the right things for you and your system. So other resources I have for you, my book, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon, talking about nutrition that matches your hormones and your cycle, how to eat for your cycle. And then the Female Menopause Solution. This is all about nutrition for the perimenopause and menopausal body. My podcast is called The Female Health Solution. And then my YouTube channel is called Dr. Beth Westy. You can subscribe to that to stay updated on all the videos I have coming out. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Let me know your questions, and I will see you later.